Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about my Mercedes-Benz A-Class. It's the A200D Premium Sport Plus. Things of note on my car that is not standard. I've had the brake calipers painted red. The car needs a very dire need of a clean. I've also got this lip spoiler added to the rear. I think that sets it off nicely. Once again, I apologise, the car does need a clean. This model has the keyless entry, so you just lift the inside of the door. Okay, so this is the Mercedes-Benz A-Class Premium Plus Sport. This one is the keyless entry. There's a starter button there, start her up. So as we go through some of the spec on the car, it's got radio, obviously, it's got media interface, that's your iPod, Bluetooth audio, so you can link your phone to the entertainment system, disc for CD, it's got heated front seats, it's got stop start, so when you're in traffic jams the engine can cut out and save some fuel. It's got parker assist, active park assist, which means this car will actually park itself. If you have to go, I think it's about 5 miles per hour, and it will search for a space in between two parked cars, and you just control the accelerator and the brake. It does all the steering for you. This stop start is quite annoying. I don't know about you, but I turn it off because there's nothing worse than coming to a junction and you're about to set off and the engine's stopped and has to restart again. So that's my own personal preference, is to have it turned off. It's got dynamic select, which is several modes of driving: comfort, sport, individual and eco. Comfort is the mode I would say I drive the car the most, and that's purely because it's quite well rounded. Sport, it holds the gears longer, so when you're moving, such as in a traffic jam, the car really labours. It's like you can feel it holding the gear for too long. But if you are driving it as you would expect to drive it in sport mode, then that is fine. Then we have obviously individual mode, and this is customisable. You can change some of the settings to have your own personal preference. And then we have eco mode. Now eco mode, I would only ever really drive eco mode in a traffic jam or on the motorway in a straight line, and the reason for that is because when you're driving in eco mode and you're coasting, you take your foot off the accelerator or you're not touching the brake, it will go into something called glide mode, which will take all the power off of the wheels so that you're just coasting. Now that's fine, but if you're going into a corner, you're on the approach to a bend, you don't have the greatest level of control over the vehicle, and sometimes it feels as if the car's running away with you. So I personally would only use those, the eco mode, in traffic jams and straight motorway driving. And then there is a return on fuel economy as well. on the whole, I've had this car probably about 18 months now, and it says that it's averaging about 31.7 miles per gallon, and this is a 2.1 litre diesel. I would probably be expecting a bit more than that, in all honesty. I think that's quite poor, although bearing in mind I do mainly short journeys. So shall we see what she drives like? I'll close the roof, but I'll leave the sun blind open. Just one thing I haven't brushed on is in the vehicle settings, you've got interior lighting. That means you can adjust the ambient lighting of the vehicle, and there are several colours that you can select. At the moment I've got it on like purpley colour, pinky purpley colour. Just one other thing, I just remembered that I said about that I've had the brake calipers done, and I've put a little lip spoiler on the rear of the vehicle. I've also put these inserts into the air vents, these red inserts. That's not standard. I think they're on the A45, but on this model it's not standard. That's something I've added as well. The gear selector is by the steering wheel. Now, one thing this car doesn't have, that I was quite surprised, is it doesn't have manual mode. It does have the paddle shifters, so you can actually go into a manual mode, like we're in manual mode now, and if I hold down the paddle shifter, it'll go back into drive. But what it does is, in the SLK that I have, if you put it into manual mode, it will stay pretty much in manual mode unless I take it out of manual mode. But this doesn't have a manual mode, so if you're not using the gears constantly, it will take it back into automatic mode, into drive mode. This vehicle also has automatic lights, so it has daylight running lights, and it also has high beam, automatic high beam, so you can turn that on, and when a vehicle comes towards you, it will sense the vehicle and dip your beam. It has a thing where it sends out like a radar of a vehicle in front. So if you get too close to the vehicle in front, a little red light comes up on the dashboard to tell you that you need to back off a bit. And then if you continue to get too slow, it will start beeping. And if you were to almost hit the vehicle and you applied the brake, and the vehicle felt as if you weren't putting enough brake on, it would actively help you brake. It would put full brake on to try and avoid the accident, or potential accident. I must say that the heated seats in this car are very hot. The rear seating for passengers in the back, well, I'm 5'11", 6 foot, so I have my seat quite far back, and that does really intrude on the rear leg space for any potential passenger sat behind me. Also, just another thing that I've added myself is I've had the rear windows blackened out as well. When I got the vehicle, it didn't have that. I do feel that you need to sort of make a vehicle your own, just by adding little touches, just to make it your own individual spec. traffic or congestion. Now in my other Mercedes, in the SLK, you can even pinpoint what side of the road that is on. But with this vehicle, it will have, like if we were travelling down this road, it would have congestion on the right hand side of the road, giving the impression that the left hand side is free. However, when you actually come down here, it'll be the other way around. So it gives a false image of a true representation of the traffic situation at that time. Also, the air conditioning controls down here, like the heated mirrors and windscreen, if you're driving, they're very fiddly, and you can find yourself having to glance down to find the right buttons that you need whilst you're driving, and that's obviously a distraction. Whereas again with my SLK,